Hi friends, welcome back. So in this video we will try to resolve queries related to the newspaper reading for the RBI Grade B examination specifically. So there are many queries related to this topic. First of all is which newspaper we should follow. As I always say, it's up to you. In my case, I used to follow the Indian Express because I was following this newspaper from like 2 to 3 years already. So I found this newspaper very easy and convenient and to the point. See, many toppers have also followed like One Financial Daily, for example, the Economic Times, the Business Standard, and all. So it's up to you. You can follow any newspaper, but one newspaper is must. You have to follow at least one newspaper on a daily basis. Now, second thing is how to read newspaper. What are all the important news that we should follow, and what are all the news which we should skip. So today we will see how to find out the relevant news for the RBI Grade B examination. So today we have the Indian Express edition of the 16th November. So just try to find out this newspaper on the internet, or some telegram groups are there in which you can find the soft copy of the same. So as in the first page you can see it's editorial only, so you can just skip the first page. Same is the case on the second page also. Some notices and all other given, so it is not relevant as well. Now coming to the third page, like it is the main page of this newspaper. So some important news are given, if we say from the perspective of RBI Grade B examination itself. For example, this G20 meeting is going on nowadays, right? So it says some coverage is there regarding PM calls for new world order, regarding climate, COVID, and Ukraine. So this news is very important because in the syllabus itself, some keyword is there, international organizations or something is given. So this G20 organization become very important to you. You should know what is G20, what are all the countries are there, and what is India's role. So some relevant things you should know about this G20 thing. So don't skip this news, just try to go through it. Now second news is regarding this government of Gujarat, Morbi High Court pulls up. I think this is not important, you can skip this news. Third is regarding some murder, you can also skip this. Second news which is relevant for this is some article is given regarding need trillions of dollars to meet net zero target by 2070. So this news automatically becomes very much important because it's discussing something about net zero, about climate change, about our targets by 2070. You all must be knowing about the targets, net zero targets. So follow this news as well, net zero target by 2070. So you can see out of 7-8 news, only 2 news are relevant. So you can skip other political news. For example, some Chief Minister Soren or Chhattisgarh government political news is there. So you can skip this totally. So these 2 news which are important on the main page or on the third page. Now coming to the next. On the fourth page, it's just extension of the third one. There is no other relevant news I can see. Now fifth is the regional page. It's all political news are there, so you can skip the fifth page itself. Now here comes the most important page for the Indian Express, which is the explained page. This is the sixth page. The explained series is given on this. So very first news you can see, it is given about crypto Lehman Brothers moment and what happens after FTX fall. So this news is very much important because cryptocurrency is discussed. Then one crypto exchange I think has fallen, FTX fall or something is there, and it has given statement of Honorable RBI Governor also. Then Finance Minister's statement is also given. So this news becomes very much important from the perspective of RBI Grade B examination. So just cover this news thoroughly. Second thing which is explained is G20 summit, what is at stake. So I think it has explained very beautifully, like what is G20, then what are all the agenda for 2022. So just try to go through it and just don't skip this news about G20. Then third news is given about the Supreme Court order of Rajiv Kesh. So I don't think it is much relevant for RBI examination. So you can skip the third news. So on the explained page, generally important articles are given. If we say from the perspective of examination also, in today's edition, two important articles are given. One about the crypto and second about the G20. So just try to cover both the articles. Now coming to the seventh page, many notices are given, but one news is there about Prime Minister in Bali. So you can just have a look at this news. So we should know about the international relations as well. Now coming to the important page of the editorial page of Indian Express, it is on page number 8. So first article is given about this net zero. So again, just try to follow this article. Then about religious conversion, it's again more of a political news, so you can skip this. Then other article is given on the economy, Bloom versus Gloom. So if anything is given on the economy, just don't skip it, try to go through it. So you can refer this article, Bloom versus Gloom, try to read it. The next article is given about some construction labor or something. No? I don't think so. It is also relevant, so you can skip the other article also. Now on the ninth page, the ideas page, again the low carbon pathway, India's long-term strategy for its net zero. Again about this G20 summit and all other things. This net zero is again in the news. So just try to make some concise notes about net zero. What is net zero? What is India's target? How should we achieve it? What is our progress till date? So just go through these 2 to 3 articles and try to have a basic understanding and try to make some short notes in the soft copy itself. I think that is all. Again, one article is about India's cinema and all. You can skip it. So again, one article is important on the page 9, the low carbon pathway. Then the 10th page is about the world. See, just on the international affair part, just don't try to do PhD on these things. Just try to have a basic understanding. As I discussed, this G20 summit is going on. Then this Ukraine-Russia war is going on. Just try to have a basic understanding. What is the impact? What is India's position? Just try to develop that basic understanding. Just don't try to go into too much depth. So on the world page, you can have a look, but just don't try to cover each and every news word by word. Now comes the 11th page, which is the economy page, and it is very much important page if we say from the perspective of RBI Grade B examination. So just try to cover each and every news which is given on this page. Just don't try to skip it, because for example, let us say easing inflation pushes Sensex to the lifetime high. So again, it is relevant from our syllabus also. For example, inflation is there, then we should know what is the trajectory of inflation, what is the current level, what is happening. Then again the news is there about NBFC's borrowing from banks rise. So generally all the news which are given on the economy page are very much important for the RBI. Then again one news is there about this Russian banks open special Vostro accounts. So you should know what is Vostro account, what is happening, this rupee trade thing is going on, how to settle it and all other things. Now other news is given about the export decline. So just try to follow this news as well, because you should know about export, import level and all other related things. So that is all about the economy page. Generally it is very much relevant for this examination also. Just try to follow it thoroughly. Then other 2 pages are editorial. Next also editorial. Then the last page is about the sports. You can refer it if you are interested in sports, just for your general reference and entertainment as well. So guys, as we saw today how to cover newspaper and how to skip the irrelevant parts, so just try to stick to the syllabus, and in some days or some months you will be already knowing what is relevant for the examination and what is not relevant. So just stick to the syllabus. Now coming to the notes making part, like many aspirants ask me how to make notes out of this. See, as I always say, just try to make notes in the soft copy, topic wise. For example, climate change is there, or international organizations is there, or some inflation is there, and just try to update that notes from the newspaper. Let us say you mark something on the newspaper, then at the end of the day you just update the same in the soft copy. So just don't try to make any other specific notes for the newspaper, because there will be too much notes and you will not be able to revise it. Just try to stick to the syllabus itself and update your notes in the soft copy. Just don't make hard copy. Update your notes in the soft copy and try to make notes topic wise. So that is all, guys. I hope that you will get some basic understanding about newspaper reading. Please let me know if you have any queries in the comment section. And guys, please subscribe our channel. It acts as a motivation for me also. So that is all, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.